Alright, I know by now people might be getting tired, but I had to make a lot of different videos because there was just too much to cover. So this is yet another OS7 video showing the new synergy and the capabilities between the style code and your sound fonts. Definitely check out all the other videos because it's just a tiny piece. There's a lot of different things all coming together that makes this brand new suite of how we're going to handle visual effects and sound effects and have them do things that you haven't even thought possible before with the saber. Now this is a simple example, but the concept behind it can roll out to anything you can think of. So with OS 7, the style code now has the ability to not only control the alt font or the font sound capability, also has the ability to call transition sounds. You can have specific sounds played at different points in the animation. So check out all the videos beforehand if you're not sure what I'm talking about there, because I covered them earlier. And we also have the ability to chain effects together, which means that in the past, if you wanted to do a certain effect, like say a quote, you had to do a certain button combination and the prop had to support it. Well, now the style code can actually call the quote at any point in time after any other effect, and we can do multiples. And on top of that, OS 7 is introducing the conditional effects, which I actually shot some videos on several months ago. But we can combine all these concepts together to create a method where you can actually have quotes play only at certain times, only based on certain interactive controls or things that you do. So in this example, what's going to happen? I'm going to retract the blade, and the blade just normally retracts, right? And it's because I'm holding this at this position. If I hold it upper parallel, nothing really interesting happens. But if, now this one's specifically set up, if I retract my blade and then I tip it down, it's actually going to play a specific quote. And again, simple example, you can do this in any kind of effect you want. You can have certain effects trigger quotes at certain points in time. You can have them choose random sound effects. You can have them choose specific sound effects. It doesn't have to be quotes. You can have other sounds selected at any other point in time based on any other effect. And now you can make them conditional, which means that they're not going to happen every time. It actually gives you a second layer of control over them. So this time I'm going to retract, and then after the blade retracts, if I point it down, it's going to say a quote. And that's the only time it would ever do it because of how the style code's been set up. Now you could set up other presets that are completely different. So this gives you the ability, instead of being attached to having to like modify your prop or add all these extra controls into the button file, now the style code can actually do all that, and it can do it differently on every preset. So you can have presets that have a ton of quotes happen at different points in time that you control or don't control. And then you can have another preset that has no quotes whatsoever, and you can use that for all your uses. And it's all in one saber, and it's all running on one config. It's not like you have to keep going in and making all these modifications. You can build this into the style code and have the presets all work differently, so you can have different experiences out of each preset, and just give you more flexibility, more customization, more capabilities. But so let's retract the blade, and then after, so this one's set up so that after the blade retracts, I have to point it down. If I'm pointing down when the blade retracts, it doesn't count it. You have to make the second action of pointing down, and it's an interactive control. So it waits until the retraction happens, and then if I point down, oops, I didn't do it quick enough. Oh wait, I was on the wrong preset.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is the one. Same, I have a lot of test styles. So this time I'm going to retract the blade and then I'm going to point down.
You were the chosen one!
So that pointing down is what triggered that specific quote. And that is the same quote we'll play each time because this style code is actually made to pick that specific quote. So this time, again, just to prove it, if I retract the blade and don't point down, nothing happens. So this is the condition of that quote being chained to the retraction. So basically it's set up, you have your retraction effect. It has a chained effect of the quote playing. It picks a specific quote file in the font because I've selected it, but that only happens if I meet the condition. And it makes the style code just have so much more flexibility and control. So one more time, it's going to pick the exact same quote if I point down after retraction. So it just gives you this new level of interaction, and it's specific to this style. This isn't a prop file. This isn't the button file making that selection. This is the style code of this specific preset doing that specific quote at that specific time based on that specific condition that was built into it. And I mean, you can do so many things with this, and you can have every preset act completely differently and have totally unique experiences through a number of different presets, even if they look the same, like these two that I just happened to toggle through. And this again, small piece. If you take a look at the whole suite of everything we're doing with the new synergy between style code and fonts and sounds, everything that's possible now on ProffieBoard is just going to take these sabers to a completely new level. This is so much different than what we've been able to do before. And in my head, I already have thousands of things I want to do. I just need time to do them. So I know everybody's going to enjoy this. Definitely check out all the other videos, because again, one piece, there's a whole lot more involved to this. This is a huge amount of things that now are going to be possible with Proffie. So hope you enjoy.